everyone, welcome back to Mongrels Garage, where today we're going to be focusing on the Hemi engine. What are we going to focus on? The MDS solenoids. They're on cylinders 1, 7, 4, and 6, and we're going to show you how to get them out with the least amount of effort. Well, at least we're going to try. Stick with us, let's see how it goes.
Hey guys, so today we are here going to attack this solenoid. So Brent tells me that if you know what you're doing, you got a 50-50 chance, and since I don't know what I'm doing, I got about a 10% chance.
Yeah, we got to be here to guide you though, so we'll kick that up to about a 40% chance of getting it out.
Okay, I'll ask him questions and see how it goes. So he tells me first get a little lube down in there because we're going to try to eventually, this is a solenoid, we're going to pop it down. But first you got to take off the electrical. Then there's a 10 mil bolt here.
There are two different style electrical connectors.
Okay.
The later ones have the tab on the top. The earlier design has the tab on the side.
So just harder to get to, or
Yeah,
what was their change?
To get through, and it's a one-piece design rather than a two-piece like these later ones.
So this was something I definitely had to learn, and once I did, it made my life easier, was this little red tab slides on virtually everything. Before that, I fought with a lot of stuff. And then there's a little black one that you have to push in, right?
Yeah.
And that should slide off relatively easily. Okay.
And then there's going to be a 10 mil bolt that we got to pop out of there.
I don't know if you can see that, but it's right on the side of it here. So that comes loose pretty easily.
Yeah, it sure does.
Apparently it's 2 inches long.
About an inch long, yeah.
Okay, so that's that. Now, he tells me I get to hit things, which is good.
Yeah, with a rubber mallet though. You gotta be careful. You don't want to hit your electrical connector. You want to hit it right on the top, and you just want to give it one good whack.
Okay, and so he says we're looking for this thing to sort of drop in because there's an O-ring in there, and we want to break that seal. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm keeping that away. How hard?
Give it a good whack.
Pretty good. Oh, that definitely moved.
Yeah, you see it dropped down there, right? So now you're going to lock the vice grips onto this tab here.
So I was just going to go here.
No, you
but
don't.
He says don't do that.
That's bad. Yeah,
that's a little too fragile, is it? This is what, aluminum?
Yeah, it's just like a tin or aluminum, and it's only kind of crimped onto the plastic.
Oh,
and if that comes out, you're in for a world of hurt, let me tell you.
So I don't know if you can see, but you get into the tab where the bolt was, and you can crunch it on there. Use Derek's favorite tool.
Yeah, and we're going to want to get it on there pretty tight.
Okay, there we go.
And now you're going to start by
going this way.
It. Yeah, just see if you can get it to twist.
The engine's twisting. Oh, something popped.
Go. Okay. Now, as you're twisting, kind of pull up at the same time. No, go back and forth, and pull up. There you go. Hey, look at that.
All right. So
nice.
Now I should run and buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. So that's.
So now, how many do you do?
We're going to need 2 to put into that other engine.
And these are for what?
These are the solenoids that shut down the cylinders to go into your economy mode.
Okay.
So.
And do all the Hemis have these?
Not all.
Okay.
But the 1500s, the cars, most of the cars have them. The manual transmission Challenger would not have them. The heavy duty trucks, like the 2500s, they won't have them.
Right. Does it make a big difference on gas economy as far as you
on the highway? I have noticed a difference on the highway of 1 or 2 miles per gallon for sure.
Yeah.
Especially on the longer trips. If you're constantly in town and stuff,
right,
you're not going to see a big difference. But if you're out cruising on the highway, yeah, it does make a difference.
Enough to make it worthwhile to put on, like, or have they been more of a has it been a good thing that they put this on, or?
I personally like this. I think that's an opinion. I don't mind it.
Right.
I think it does make a difference.
It doesn't cause problems, though. It's not a.
It does cause some problems.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people, it can be a problematic system, but I mean, for the most part, it's not. Okay. It's actually a very good system. It works fairly well. But
well, it makes sense which should have your economy on a long trip.
Well, right? And, you know, Cadillac tried a similar system back in the early 80s, 81.
Okay.
They had, but theirs was designed to do 4, 6, 8 cylinders.
Oh, okay.
And how they did it was they locked out the rockers. So they locked the rockers down, and that wouldn't allow the valves to open.
Right.
But the problem with the Cadillac system is the Cadillac at the time did not have the computational power in the computer to keep up with all the calculations needed to switch back in and out of mode. So it kind of lost track, and it was kind of it was not a good thing. Most people just had it deactivated, and
Is that right?
yeah, it wasn't a good system at the time. However, it was kind of the predecessor to all of this stuff. And
Do a lot of cars do have this now?
oh yeah, there's a lot of cars that have this system in it nowadays.
Interesting.
You know, every manufacturer has some type of version, of it. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, which one should we do? This one, or move on to that side?
Let's try this one here. Let's do that one. This one, how about I let you tackle that one on your own and see
Yeah,
how
I'm
you
gonna
do?
blow it out a little bit more. Oh, I'm gonna put some pep.
Absolutely. You want to just plug that a little bit and make sure you get all the dirt and stuff out of here, right? You don't want to drop it in.
Yep, there it was.
Hey, you're on your own with this one. Let's see what you do.
All right, see if I can remember the order. Go for coffee. Okay. All right, moment of truth. Oh, it did move. All right, 2 for 2. Happy days.
Nice. See, that's the method that I use. I find it works fairly well. As you see, like, I can't guarantee you're going to get them out every time, but that has worked well for me.
Good.
If other people have a trick, I invite you to put it down there. But
Yep, tell us how you do it.
Let us know how you do it. Yeah. But
And then
that's
we
what
may
works for us.
steal your version and call it our own if it works better. All right, guys. See you soon. Okay, so Brent just showed me this is a 2-piece solenoid. So deep down in there is a little clip with 4 of those on. So if you can get some long needle nose, you pull them up and you can see how much metal this has collected. I don't know if you can see that. Put it in the sunlight. There we go. Anyways, so that needs to get cleaned up as well and all that taken off. And I will do the same over here if I can. Maybe. There it is. Okay, and so that one's loaded up as well. So you got to get that out, clean that up, and I assume put that back in the hole before you put the other solenoid in. So is it kind of got like a fuzz on it or what? Or
That's
is
metal.
that
That's metal.
that's
Yeah,
just
we
all
got-
metal shavings?
That's all
That's gotta
metal
come?
shavings.
Okay.
So that kind of goes together like that, right? So that's how
Sits
it's going
on
to sit
top
in
of
there.
it.
Yeah.
And this collects the large chunks or what?
Yeah, pretty much. It collects the shavings you don't want, but we're gonna have to get that piece all cleaned up before we can put this in.
Okay, so the other engine didn't have one. We got to put these particular
Correct.
ones back
Yeah,
in.
We'll
Okay.
have to put those.
Okay. Oh, they're just magnetized. I see why. Well, that makes more sense why the metal shavings were on there then. Okay, so I will get on cleaning that up and then we'll show you how we put it all back together. Oh, cleaned them up a bit, and here's the difference. This is what they're supposed to look like, just a little thin piece of metal that's obviously a magnet. And clean that up a bit better, and then that'll go back in the hole first. Then the solenoid goes in, and we're on our way to putting the intake back on. Look down in there, and yeah, sure enough, there's a bunch of gunk down there. So not really a great way to get down. Just take a relatively clean cloth, Brent was saying, and dig it down in there and have a little swoop around. And yeah, you can see there was definitely some junk in there. So clean that up a little bit, then I'm gonna see if I can blow it out with air. and get it as clean as possible. Any difference or not, I don't know. A little bit. Oh yeah, there. Definitely. Okay. Then the little magnet guys are here. Now I've tried this already and they definitely want to stick to the side as you're trying to put them back in. So basically have to get them lined up with the needle nose and bring these out and then just force them down with the end. That seemed to work okay. There we go. Okay, so those are back where they belong. And here's one of the ones that we took off the other one. He found some Vaseline. He said, put a tiny bit on the O-ring. Because if we ever need to get this off, or the next guy who has to do this, it will make it much easier to pop out. So this one goes down. Now, is there a trick, Brent, to just put it down until you hear it click, or until your fist goes through the
Well, what you
block?
want to do is you definitely want to try to line up this screw first, because once you pop this down here, it becomes very difficult to turn this.
Gotcha.
So you want to kind of, you got the screw there?
The screw is, no, it's over
right here.
here. Oh, there's one there. And you need the rubber hammer, or you can just push it down with
Yeah, you're
that.
probably going to have to, so you'll kind of line it up so your screw's going to go in, and then you give it a tap with your hammer. You might be able to push enough of your hand, but so you got the screw started.
Yeah, so will it suck it down?
It will suck it down, but just give it a light tap with the hammer. It's fine. There it goes.
It went in a bit. And that pulled it down a bit.
Oh, careful. Yeah, you don't want to draw them in with this tab.
Okay.
You want to
You
get
want
them
to suck
seat.
them down until you're
Yeah.
happy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to loosen that off and try that again.
Yeah, we might have to get one of the other ones in here now. Yeah, these come apart really easy.
Okay.
Let's pull this one back out.
Okay.
And we'll put one of the other ones in, just in case.
Okay. Good. The Vaseline. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See how it broke?
Okay.
Eh?
Yeah, let's show that. You can see how.
Yeah. There you go. So that obviously was not going to work.
No, and those things aren't the cheapest things out there, so we don't want to do that too often. Fortunately, we have some spares.
We'll call that the learning. We'll call that the trial one.
We will call that a learning curve trial, yeah.
Otherwise, time to get the wallet out.
Yeah, we're going to try to avoid. I mean, that is the kind of, this channel is try to do it as inexpensive as possible. Not cheap, inexpensive, right? There we go.
Happy about that.
That one in very nice. Just
Screwdriver to line it up.
there we go. You should be good. That one will be good.
All right. Same again on the next one.
You betcha.
Okay. Oh, we got to probably torque these to something, hey?
Yeah.
Figure that out in a minute.
You torque them until they get loose, and then you tighten them up a little bit more again. No, they do have a torque value.
I'm sure
You're gonna have to look it up.
Okay.
Imagine it's not very much.
No.
It's gonna be somewhere around 105 inch-pounds, I think.
Okay. All right, I'll do the next one. Oh, obviously then once you're all done that, this sucker goes on. And I think once it clicks on, you got to push the red thing forward, and that should be 100%. Or at least we will believe that. Okay.
Well, there you go. That's the method we use to take the solenoids out of these Hemi engines. As you can see, we got pretty good luck with it. We got all the ones out that we wanted. Didn't even break them until we tried to put them in, but that's a different story. So, if you got a different method, we'd love to hear it. Go ahead, put it down in the comments below, and if you got a link to a video or something, even better, throw that down there too. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, hit that old subscribe, give us a thumbs up on the likes, and hit the bell so you know when the new video is coming out. And we'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day.